So you lack the motivation to read. Let me help you with that. That is what my business is built upon. So we actually need to look at the 6 core human desires that Tony Robbins talks about, and how do we tie that around reading. These 6 desires do influence you. So if you want more money, books help with that. 85% of self-made millionaires read a minimum of 2 books per month. What else? Top 26% of CEOs read a book a week. So you understand, and Pew Research Center's data shows that households that read more earn more. You and I both believe learning faster means earning faster. So you and I can stop talking about how reading books will make you more money, because it will. Other videos will talk about why books, physical books, are the best learning medium out there, and how they actually beat audiobooks in so many different ways. But this one is about motivating you to read more books. And I will do that as fast as possible. I know you are busy. 1, let me just write out all the different human desires and how we connect that to books. Certainty. We have uncertainty. We have significance. We have love. We have growth, love, and connection. Love/connection. We have growth, and then we have contribution. These influence you whether you like it or not. And now let me connect these to reading for you, because we're trying to motivate you, right? Certainty. Is there certainty? Where do you want to be more comfortable in your life? Do you need certain things to be more secure? Is it your schedule, your business income? Books can help with this. More knowledge, especially in today's society, the information age, hedging your bets against what's happening right now is just consume more information and be more efficient at it. Uncertainty. Maybe you have reached a plateau in your business, you're feeling comfortable. Now, a lot of the people I work with are starting a new business, but before they start that business, they want to consume as much information as possible, because these next decisions they're making in business, they cannot play the trial and error game. Hundreds of thousands of dollars are at stake, and the best way to prepare for that is reading a lot of books and reading it efficiently. Significance. All right, so maybe now you've reached a spot, because I've worked with people that are they're at the 6-figure level or 8-figure level. They have multiple businesses at 8 figures. Now they're shifting into a space of where they're communicating more. They need to increase their vocabulary. They now are becoming a person that teaches a little more, but to be able to teach more, you need a wider trained vocabulary, and physical books help with that at a neurological level. Audiobooks, not so much, sadly, just because different parts of the brain are being touched upon that help it stick. 4, love and connection. Maybe you have a relationship, maybe you have a wife, maybe you just have employees. And I've seen CEOs that integrate a book club, an addictive book club, into their business, and it increases retention of employees, so many other things. But if you want to connect with other people at a deeper level, you read their books. That will greatly, greatly help. All right, next is growth. These are the last 2 at the top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I think you understand how you expanding, you learning faster will help you earn faster. And then contribution, how do you help the world be a better place? You probably have mentors, and your mentors probably read more than you. All right, so the motivation to read. Here's another point that really helps us get motivated to read. And by the way, I always have those memorized thanks to what? Books and memory training. So, and then how does that make you come off as a leader? If you could just take out these mental models that you've read about. What point is there in reading if you're just going to forget it all? We will talk about that as well. But first, I'd like you to ask, if you wrote a book to the world, or you wrote it for your kids, right? Maybe you already have a book written. If you wrote a book and you gave yourself this book 30 years ago, 10 years ago, how much time would that save you? Maybe 10 years, maybe 20, maybe 30, maybe it is priceless knowledge. This book that you write, right? This book that you write, just think of, let's say you're in a business, one of the guys, Chris, you have a hearing aid business. If you wrote yourself a book for yourself decades ago, how much time would that save? So much time. Now you have to ask yourself, are there at least 10 books out there from people who are more successful than you that can do the same for you, to 10x your life, 10x your business? The answer is yes. Books are the most condensed form of knowledge. We know this. When I had it framed like this, because it takes different perspectives to help influence us to want to read more. Okay, so imagine 10, 100 books out there that are so high impact. If you read them this year, your life would change. All right, so last things around book motivation, just ask yourself, for the last 5 years, how many books did you read on average? Let's say that was 10 books total. And that happens. I've seen people go from 10 books total last 5 years to 50 in 1 year. And what they told me is that reading that many books felt like time travel for them. And it's no different from time travel, consuming that much knowledge in a short period of time. Did you go to university? You might have, maybe you didn't. But you can consume master's and PhD degree levels of knowledge, density on human psychology. Do you want to read the top 20 marketing books? Do you want to read the top 20 sales books? Do you want to read the top 20 leadership books? The top 20 human psychology books? If you're anything like me and the people that I work with, you probably really want to read all those books. And if you don't want to read all those books, why? Why do you not want that level of expertise? And there's a reason why billionaires, this is again more on motivation to help you to read more books. The motivation to read helped, where did I get it, right? Let me share my story a little bit here. I really didn't want to read. I wanted to find the shortcut, right? So I looked at, okay, well, how do rich people get their knowledge? Do they do it through courses from people that are just recently successful? No, they go for the time-tested knowledge that has been around for centuries or at least 50 years. Let's look at Warren Buffett's reading habits. Let's look at Tony Robbins' reading habits. Let's look at Patrick Bet-David's reading habits. Let's look at Theodore Roosevelt's reading habits. I just wanted to look at, okay, who are the top leaders? The people that have been around. How do they learn? Let's look at Steven Kotler as well. One of the world's top high-performance experts in the world. Flow Research Collective really understands neuroscience. And all of them read physical books. They don't use book summaries as my hack to read. They don't only depend on, of course they use audiobooks while they drive. Please, don't read and drive. But they don't rely on audiobooks as, the solution to avoid reading. They also don't believe in the lies that, I'm just an Audible learner. Because what they did was pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to high-performance coaches and learning coaches and people who have done the neuroscientific research that says reading from physical paper is not only faster, it helps stay in your brain, and it helps you expand your vocabulary and so many other things. All right, so if you watch this whole video and you still don't feel motivated to read, that's because you still have pain associated with books, which I will help with. Because now I have to ask you, what if books were as addictive and enjoyable and energizing as your favorite hobby? Maybe it's basketball. Maybe you love to scroll on your phone. All right, so next video is answering, I don't have time to read.